Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to another Precious Metal Ramble from the World Money Fair in a very snowy and cold Berlin. This is the Estral Hotel, the conference centre where the busiest fair that I've ever been to took place. It was an incredible event. Amazing to meet all of my sponsors and suppliers and community members and content creators who came out. And it was very, very interesting to talk with them about the chaos of the markets right now. Of course, we saw prices rather typically, because I went and bought some sovereigns on day one, but prices peaked for gold at over £4,000 an ounce for gold and over £88 an ounce for silver on day one. And then, of course, they came crashing down on day two. Oh, only if I'd bought my sovereigns on day three. So I'm recording the audio after I've got home. Thought I'd do a bit of a reflection on the fair, on those price movements, where we are, and also just so you can see what's going on. Also, there's some sneak peeks at some of the absolutely incredible coins that I got access to whilst at the fair that we'll be featuring in future videos. So if you're enjoying our content and video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe as we march towards 100,000 subscribers. So first up, the fair was rammed, absolutely rammed. And I guess I don't know why I expected otherwise. I kind of felt that maybe because the prices were so high for gold and silver that there wouldn't be very many people interested in buying it. But of course, we've seen what's happening right now in the secondary market. People on eBay, the Silver Forum, Facebook, Stackers Social, all of these platforms are just gangbusters right now for silver. And I suppose really I shouldn't have expected otherwise, because there were literal stampedes of people rushing to get into this fair. In fact, on day two, I had an appointment just at 10 o'clock. I got down there a few minutes before the fair opened, and literally somebody was knocked over as they were queuing to get in because of that rush. Part of that is like the flipping mentality, because at these fairs, you can pick up special exclusives available only at the fair, and you can flip them, and people are flipping them. But that's the dog-eat-dog world we're in right now. But not only are there lots of people looking to buy, there are, of course, lots of mints, national mints, private mints. You're seeing here some of the incredible coins from CIT, who have sponsored our channel so generously over the last couple of weeks and months. And indeed, we've got access in a few minutes. You'll see some of the most incredible coins that we are featuring on the channel in due course. And these mints are, there's good and bad news, isn't there? There's good news in that they're busy and there's lots of really incredible, innovative new designs coming out, incredible coins, incredible products. But they're also as confused as you are and myself about the markets, about silver and gold. And it's very difficult. Listen, I'm a small-time business owner. I have a precious metal business that does very small amounts. And even I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? How do I resupply? What price is going to be if I sell something now and I resupply and then I sell something in the future and it's crashed? The same questions happen for these bigger companies. Look at this. This is a kilo version of this portcullis coin. Stunning. We'll be sharing a full review of this coin in due course. But the same message came from all of these mints, that they've got products that they want to bring out, innovative new designs, stuff that they just want to showcase to the world. But at the moment, the pricing is such that they have to price on a certain price point to even de-risk and break even. And actually, a lot of these companies are, they're almost, not ashamed is the wrong word, but they're almost hesitant to put these prices up at the prices they're putting them up at, because they don't necessarily feel that it's the right pricing for the products, compared with other products that are out there on the market. So I thought that was fascinating. That was a real sort of solidarity message I got from a lot of bullion dealers and a lot of the big boys out there creating interesting and cool products. So that was interesting. The general message as well, though, is that everything is super busy right now, but it's super fluid, and the movements, of course, in the markets are really crazy. The opinions of a lot of these big companies. I met bullion dealers. I met an incredible gentleman from Summit Metals, who I hope to actually bring onto the channel at some point in the future. I had a really long chat with him on an evening when we had a meet and greet with some of the community members. And it was fascinating, because one thing is certain: there is a shortage of silver. Probably because the Perth Mint have got this 10 kilo silver coin sat here at the Perth Mint stand of the World Money Fair. Just look at that, 10 kilos of silver. That would be perfect for In Focus Friday, but alas, I'm not going to be able to hold it. still, the message here is that there is a shortage of physical silver right now. When that will abate, I don't know, and they quite frankly don't know. What they all agree is that we do need a calming down of the markets. There needs to be just that supply chain issue needs to be resolved. We need to be able to get back to a point where the refineries have caught up. Of course, here in the UK and in the US, refineries are under a lot of pressure. They're stopping to take, the scrap right now and gold scrap because they're just working overtime on refining that 999 that they're getting in. And of course, that has a major impact on the supply chains of bullion dealers who are, they need that liquidity. That's how those businesses work. They need the money in, the money out, or the money out and the money in straight away. That's how it should be for them. So there are a lot of issues, I think, in the market. And a lot of these companies and dealers, they want that to be resolved. A lot of people think, oh, the gold and silver going up, it just means these companies make even more money. But the reality is it's just so difficult to do business right now. That said, stands like the Germanium Mint were rammed. People were queuing across the hall to get some of their incredible products, including those Loki bars that you saw. Of course, the Germanium Mint, one of the best and most incredible companies out there right now. I think they won third place in one of the coin categories for one of their coins, the Maltese Bull, which I hope to be able to share with you on the channel at some point, but that's exciting for them. And of course, all of these incredible products out here at the fair. So really amazing. And I want to finish with the message of the sort of community side of things. So I also got to meet a bunch of people from Stacker Social, people from the UK who came out to the fair to see what's going on, to hear what's going on, and to talk with these companies and mints. And every single one of those people, these are some of the Germania coins. Sorry, I get distracted by the shiny things. Every one of these people that came out were in the same boat. They just have no idea what's going on with the market, but they're also so grateful to be there. They're so grateful to be in silver and gold right now. And if you've got into silver and gold recently and you've had this big swing in prices come down, then just remember that you've still got silver in your pocket, still got gold in your pocket. The Royal Mint stand. It was interesting. They were tucked away in the back technical room, out of the way from everyone. I wonder why that might have been, but alas, it's a strange time to be in silver right now, and I think a lot of people are, they're just grateful to have what they have, I think is probably my message. And I met a bunch of content creators as well. You may or may not have seen already, did a podcast with Cobra Stacker and Bald Guy Money. I met a couple of other incredible content creators, which I hope to do collaborations with over the coming weeks and months. It's really great. And I just love going to the World Money Fair. It is fantastic. And I would highly recommend that you go and check out the World Money Fair. If it's on your radar, it should be. We finish up with the incredible New Zealand Mint and the Agoro Mint creating this Monopoly board with all the different mints from around the world on. We'll be showcasing that on the channel in due course. But I just want to say a huge thank you to all the content creators, all the community members and all the mints that were at the World Money Fair. And we'll see you all on the next video. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.